Welcome to Nisi's Nest, the channel where you will get insightful information that supports women, single parenting, navigating entrepreneurship, self care and mental health, personal and professional development, and overall success in a high cost of living society. This is my first video, so there will definitely be 3 and 4 and 5 takes. Please bear with me as I navigate through these YouTube streets. There hopefully will be editing done to the channel as I try to make sure that the content is cohesive and relatable. Again, welcome to Nisi's Nest. I am a business development consultant. I have my certification in small business consultancy. I have my master's degree in hospitality tourism management, as well as my MBA, and a few other degrees and certifications that I don't want to make this channel too heavy. Hopefully we'll find out more about who I am along the way, but I just wanted to provide that personalized touch to women like myself, who look like myself, who are in positions like myself, and generally don't have anyone that we can really talk to or confide in, because we are responsible for everything and everyone, but no one really checks in on us. And so I've been able to navigate those waters. I've had up days and down days. I've cried many nights. I've had, struggles with my health. That's something I can get into as well. Like my mental health and my physical health. And I think that when I look at my kids are definitely a reflection of the effort, the energy, and the time that I've invested over these years. And what I'm also happy about is, even though sometimes internally I've struggled, I've been fighting, I've been broken, and I've had outbursts, of course. When I look at my kids, they are so beautiful and intelligent and just curious kids, very manly. That's what reassure me that I've done well. And it's okay to not to be perfect all the time. It's okay not to get it right all the time. We put on our coat suits and we manage teams, but our lives are not always perfect. Okay, so I'm sure you guys have heard my accent. I am from the Caribbean Isles of the Bahamas, where we are just south of the United States, right south of Florida, and we enjoy tropical climates, beautiful beaches, and just a overall serene environment. But enough of that. I really created the channel, and this first video is to kind of get acquainted with persons who want to get to know a little bit more about the person delivering the content. I am a business development consultant as well as a financial advisor. I've been working in the business arena as a marketer, as a hotel manager, as a CEO and president, as directors of multiple boards. And so I am very well versed in corporate Bahamas, primarily in business development and also tourism and hospitality. But this channel here is my little corner of the internet where I would like to share some of, I guess, the success stories as well as the trials and tribulations I've had to go through, just as anyone else, as a single parent, as a entrepreneur, as someone pursuing their purpose. Anyone who I can relate to, I am happy to share some of my information. But I've decided to delve a little deeper, and in creating this channel, hopefully I will not only be able to relate to persons who may have experienced the same things I'm experiencing, or have some questions in various areas of interest that I am a specialist in, but also to learn a little bit more about myself. So, what I wanted to start with today, just some of my lifestyle behaviors that I learned along the way that helped me to navigate through the process of adulting, being a wife. I'm now divorced, being a single parent, just finding myself working on my mental health, and now, just prompted to, accomplish so much in the professional arena while open to love and what the possibilities of love have for me. So some of my behaviors that I have been able to identify as key strategies in overcoming life's challenges would be: one, organization, always remaining organized, whether it's preparing for uh, the kids in school, managing employees, um, making presentations. Organization has helped to make sure that I am always prepared for questions that may come my way, or even opportunities that may come my way. So I try to be as organized as possible, which is kind of difficult with kids. Controlled behavior. Being a single parent, it's important that having one income, household income, that is going to support everyone in the house. In my case, I had 3 kids, so it's 4 of us and a pet, so 5 of us. One income supporting 5 persons is a lot on one person, and so I was able to accomplish that just by having controlled behaviors. Not always, I would say, going out having impulse purchases, or just feeling as if I need to get outside or I need to travel. So I had to make sure that whatever I decide to do, if it's to make a purchase, travel, um, make a decision on something for the kids, that it was thoughtful and I wasn't just doing anything on impulse. Thirdly would be minimalism. Now, I don't know if I consider myself a minimalist, but I try I try to control it. So I'm probably not a minimalist, because I'm the type of person, I always want to have resources around me. If, for example, whether it's um, groceries, whether it's household appliances or tools, or anything for that matter. If it's something to do with my vehicle, I like to think ahead, and I think about 10 things that I may need when I'm on the road, 10 things that I may need if I was to be in the kitchen. And so, in always thinking ahead, I always make these purchases and have things there in the event of, which is good and bad. But apart from those purchases, I try to control them as much as possible. I try to make sure they are in appropriate quantities. Um, and I try to make sure that it's just enough to support me and the other 3 to 4 persons in the house, and nothing more. The fourth thing would be necessities over wants. So, of course, when you work hard and you earn, it's very tempting to just want to treat yourself. Um, but of course, if you set goals, you have to then determine if your income can support your daily expenses and costs of living, as well as some of the wants that you may have. And sometimes your wants um, doesn't make or break you. So I would say just try to ask yourself that question. If you get this item, does it add to your overall way of life, or is it just a temporary fix? So I am always cautious to make sure that I am firstly taking care of my needs, and secondly my wants. Succession planning. So, as a single individual running a household, running a business, being the matriarch of a family, whether it's within your nuclear family or your extended family, it's important for you to identify a support team. Within the support team, whether it's at work or home, you have to identify persons who will be able and in most instances qualified to step in when you are unable to carry on a particular effort. So succession planning is important, and it's also important so that you don't get burnt out, so that there's shared responsibility, and everyone benefits and everyone contributes. So that's important. That was very important for me. That I tried not to do everything myself, but I leaned on others even when really goes against my personality. I am a person who just gets the job done, no matter how strenuous it is on me. And it's just kind of difficult for me personally to ask for help. And so that's important to make sure that you have a team that you can rely on. I will also say on that note, however, not everyone's intention is good and positive. And so you relying on others, well, all times will come with a cost. It's just what are you prepared to pay, and what price um, are you prepared to pay for having certain persons on your team. And a lot of times you don't know what that cost is until something extreme happens or it's too late, when you realize that this person was not supporting you because of the relationship you have, but because what they could have gotten out of the relationship, or because they just want to be close enough so that they can observe your successes and failures, and I guess take that information and do with it as they feel, because it makes them feel good if you fail, maybe, or they want to learn from you when you succeed, or they want to benefit from you when you succeed. Partnership. So, partnership can look like two persons with mutual with a mutual or shared interest, or mutual goals, and working together. And I'm saying two persons, but it can be two or more persons. But when I say partnership, I'm primarily talking about intimate relationships. In my case, for a long time, it was my sibling who knew that I was a single mom with three kids. And so, if I had a meeting that I could not attend, they would be there. Or if I needed to go to a meeting and needed to leave somebody with the kids, they would be there, in that regard. So whatever strengths you can find in others, it's good that you find someone who will partner with you, who are equally invested in your success and your failures, and not just a random team, but someone who you can share your deepest secrets with and can help you really navigate through the process. It also translates to intimate relationships where two persons who decide to commit to each other, then work together to relieve a lot of the stresses from each other, financial stress, emotional stress, mental stress. They share the responsibilities of the house, of the kids, and so that's also important. That eventually you find a partner who you can share those different experiences with and those different responsibilities with. I would simply say, before you invest so much into the loving aspect of the relationship, you try to assure that you and this person can actually be around each other, you actually like each other, and work on a friendship. Because sometimes a friendship works and it takes a lot of responsibility off of you, right? And it even takes the pressure off of you of trying to find love, right? And because when there is that level of stress, you tend to now portray or push off that negative energy into the atmosphere, and it kind of blocks you from really identifying when love comes your way. So I found that having great friendships was an awesome help for me as a single parent and getting through life for years as not just a single parent but a single person. I'm hoping that everything that I would have shared would have been useful in some way to someone. If you have any ideas on how I can expand upon my content in the channel, drop a comment in the comment box below. If you want to encourage me and support me on my journey to just sharing some information, you can hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and definitely share the video so that others also can be have access to this information, and go from there and be able to ask me whatever you want to ask me. So yeah, you can come in the comment, ask me specific questions, and I'll try to answer them as much as possible. But thank you once again, and again, welcome to Niece's Nest. See you at the next video. Bye.